I just want to show you
Recording.
guys how big my guns got. I've been taking a TRT.
Yeah, right.
It's yeah, it's turtle. It's turtle regenerative testosterone. It's
Mm.
pretty
All right. Well, welcome
good.
guys to another round of whatever the heck we're gonna be doing today. Hey, this is our channel that we have. Go ahead and subscribe so we can get monetized, please.
Please. Hey, cause
Um,
I'm broke.
yeah,
Shit,
we're struggling here financially, so it would be nice.
man.
So the next one I have is my TikTok. I put it in the description. Go ahead and follow that because I'm gonna need 1,000 so I can start doing my own lives. Because as you guys can see, if you go to my YouTube channel, where's that? Oops, not a studio, but my channel. I have been doing what? Going in on the libs, the liberals. I mean, I generally like having discussions, but I'm trying to go live so I can start having more discussions. My main philosophy on this is like, it's easy, right? It's easy to make these videos reacting to people, but it's another thing to actually have discussions and disagreements back and forth. I think it takes a little bit more courage to do. It requires you to have a little bit more wits about you. So yeah, that's why I've been doing it, to actually work on my whatever. You get the idea. So let's get to the meat and potatoes. I just wanted to show Aaron a couple of things that I found that were interesting. So first thing, well, actually, what is the point of this video? The point of this live. The point of this live is we're talking about someone that I watched. His name is Bass Fizz. He's like a philosopher. I think this nigga's from LA or something. He's always had some good takes. So I want to go through. Well, we'll get into that later on. That's going to be the meat and potato. But we'll just look at some current events so far that I found on Twitter. So isn't this interesting?
Uh.
So
Oh
we'll just
yeah.
let me see if I can. We can mute it, but you see, kind of like we're just looking at the media, right?
Hmm.
What do you notice about this?
Black men, white women.
All right, this is coming from a dude who's in an interracial relationship as we speak. I still think this is kind of like gross or like cringy, just because think about it. The people who do the media and the fashion, I mean, I personally come from it. The people who do media and fashion, they're generally gay. They're going to be about at least 20 to 50% gay. So I just think it's interesting how they're trying to kind of curate or orchestrate some type of interracial thing. Maybe they think it's in vogue. Maybe they think it's edgy, like the contrast of the white and the black skin, but it's usually not that superficial. Oftentimes they like to the fashion artist, the high fashion artist, and even I would say the commercial, because there's a blend between commercial and high fashion. This is me as a ex model. The they like to they think that it's edgy and they think that it's cool and they think that it's like creative to just be a person who dips into taboo things like androgyny, homosexuality, cross-dressing. I've done cross-dressing in the past, unfortunately. They think that kind of like flipping, doing things that are like taboo are like cool. But I think there's a darker agenda to that, and I think this interracial stuff speaks to it. There's nothing wrong with interracial dating in and of itself, but it's kind of interesting how they're always trying to push it on people.
Like enforce it. Yeah.
So I mean, you just go through it. It's like what's interesting is you don't actually see this out in the wild. Generally, you don't. You don't see black women with or black men with white women. You generally don't see that. Black men don't even statistically date outside of their race. Like I'll just ask ChatGPT real quick. I'll pull up another file real quick and just ask them. ChatGPT. what race of people, wait, do black people in America date outside their race, and at what percentage? Well,
What did it
you
say?
know what? It actually is not necessarily common. Well, I guess you could say it's common. Look, it says around 24% of black newlyweds in the US marry someone of a different race. So it's about 1 out of 5. Now, another would say it's about, so black men actually tend to do it more than black women.
But
ChatGPT is saying the ones who do it more, let me just pull it up real quick. Black men, 24%.
mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, black men, 30%. Black women, 12%.
Well,
Now, there are reasons why this happens. So I guess I can kind of rescind what I was saying. Apparently, black men do tend to date more outside of their race, but it doesn't specify what race it is. So we can just assume it's like Mexican,
or white.
white.
I would say Mexican, white, and
But the reason why I'm bringing it up
Asian.
is because I think there's a bigger angle here. And what I think the bigger angle is the reason why they like interracial dating is because it kind of eases the tension of a lot of Americans having when it comes to migrants and the influx that we've been having.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, what has happened when it comes to at least American culture and a lot of immigrants, it doesn't necessarily matter where you're from. It could be India, it could be Angola, it could be freaking Nigeria, Mexico. The culture is actually breaking down because people who are coming in don't have American values. They don't have an American historical perspective. They don't even share the same spiritual values that Americans would. So mixing with them is probably not the best idea just because there won't be any American culture. And if there's no American culture, that's very, very convenient for people who are actually pushing these commercials. They're the ones who want to have no American culture so that they can make whatever culture they want. Now we'll just go to the next one. Let's see here. So I thought this was interesting. There's this person. I'll give you the whole backstory. So look at me. I am the trad wife now. What does that sound like, Aaron?
The Somalian dude.
Yeah, I'm the captain now. Basically, it's some dude that I follow online, Rollo Tomasi. He's like a super red pill dude. He made a book called The Rational Male, but he's giving commentary or making a meme about some chick who's online, and I can't even search her on Twitter. If I search her on Twitter, you're gonna get some pornographic images.
Uh-oh.
So this is a woman who used to be an OF star, and she found Jesus, right? She got baptized, all that. She got married right after, and now she's making like cooking videos that are like her jacking off rolling pins.
What?
Right. So she's making really suggestive like TikTok trad wife content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought she got saved though.
Well, so people are having issues with it. People are taking issues with it. People are like, "Hey, man, this don't look Christian to me. This look a little debaucherous." So apparently, the latest news I saw from this is, let me show you real quick. Latest news I saw from this from Pearl. I haven't watched the video yet, but where's it at? Pearl is like really hated. Everybody hates Pearl because like she's like this. What would you rate Pearl? What would you rate Pearl like on a scale of 1 to 10? Looks wise. All right. Well, she took it down. That's crazy. She took it down. But the last thing I saw her doing was she was talking about how somebody's trying to sue her.
Mother-in-law suit ruined. Mother-in-law. Oh, never mind. Sorry, right or wrong.
She definitely changed it. She changed it. So maybe there is an illegal battle, but it's her going against this chick. She's like, it's the same chick I'm talking about. Basically, her name is Nala. And Nala, she's gone on like the whatever podcast. Let me just look it up real quick. So if you look at her and Andrew Wilson, she's just kind of, this is her right here on the left with the red hair before she was saved. So she was just really, she was a super degenerate back in the day. But the reason why I brought it up is because there is some type of weird phenomenon where a lot of women are getting saved, and then for some reason, automatically the Christian men and Christian women just automatically simp or white knight for these women. It doesn't really matter what they do. We just automatically have to forgive what they're doing. We can't criticize it. So if you criticize this redhead chick online, her hair is blonde now. If you criticize her, basically you're not really a Christian or you're hateful. So it's very convenient that a lot of women who were prostitutes can become Christians, and then they can do whatever they want, and they'll have a whole army of Christians to basically protect their or make excuses for them. You get what I'm saying?
Because you're using Christianity as like a band-aid
Or a shield, perhaps.
shield.
I'm not saying that's their intent, but this just seems to be the occurrence.
Like yeah.
So, anyways, there's another video here I wanted to show Aaron. I thought it was hilarious.
Was deep.
So, mother of trans kid is furious that Trump is taking access away from what?
To castration?
Hurt, and was deeply hurt and scared and sad and all those things.
Sarah Moscones has a daughter who is transgender. She was recently approved for additional care. Then Sarah said following the signing of President Trump's executive order, her daughter's appointment was canceled.
I said, well, is this because of the executive order? And they confirmed that it was.
Oh, I'm so bad. Your daughter can't cut her daughter's balls off. I'm so sorry.
I know. It's so crazy how she's so hurt by it.
Let's have a moment of silence, Aaron, for this mother who isn't able to cut her daughter's balls off. Let's have a moment of silence. So anyways, I think this is absolutely it's like ironic, it's comical, it's sad, it's the sign of the times, it's a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
that's crazy. I'm appalled.
Moving on, because you know the moderators are watching.
No. No.
I thought this was funny as well. That's basically how all the Democrats are acting right now because they can't get freaking USAID money because Trump is freezing it. Like, oh, dude, I want to find this thing, bro. It was like, I forget the dude's name, but basically he went down. It was this hearing where he did, and then he had like his own like data sheet, and it was like, bro, I'm gonna try and find it in the middle of in the middle of this video, but we're just gonna play the video. So let me just give a backstory on what's going on, or at least from my perspective. Bass Fizz, to me, he's been on in the YouTube game for a while. If you look at his oldest video, he's been on here for 10 years, man.
Damn.
So I think he's had a very lengthy YouTube career as far as him giving commentary to certain things. And with that being said, how would I classify Bass Fizz? Bass Fizz to me is kind of like a commentator, philosopher, has Christian underpinnings. He usually is like staunchly anti-feminist. He usually goes against feminist ideals. He critiques red pill. So he's similar to me on a lot of fronts. Obviously, he's even made videos of this chick, right? The chick that I told you about, the redhead chick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's usually a red pill critique or a feminist critique, which is generally the same as me. Dang, even more Nala debaucherous stuff. But his latest video is him ranting about like his problems that he has with women. I thought it was a very enlightening thing to commentate on, and then also respond to. Another thing is that I named the title. What did I name this title of this video? I think it's like player to incel to like heart of gold. It's basically to explain like a lot of men have a lot of issues that this guy's talking about. And this guy, one could classify as a player, but one could also classify as an incel, at least in the interim between his escapades with other women. But you guys are going to see exactly what I'm talking about when I tell you he has a lot in common with a lot of men, and he can speak on like on the times of what's going on with how he views women. So we'll look at it. We'll get to it right now.
So, honestly, I don't really make videos too often about how not how I personally feel or how angry or sad that I am. I mean, I have before, but it's not often. It's pretty rare. I oftentimes feel like most of how I feel can't even be solved, really, realistically. So I just deal with it interpersonally. I also don't feel like anyone can ever really help me with the way I feel as well. I was thinking about this, and I got kind of upset. I figured, I don't know, maybe I'll talk and, reinforce why I make videos like this. Like, I make videos in general on YouTube so people don't feel the way I feel, so that people feel a little less crazy in the world, despite the chicanery that goes on and the insanity that goes on just on like an interpersonal, just social level. Like, there's a whole bunch of politics and stuff that honestly I see people focus on, is they just can't like do anything about. Like, they just can't influence. Like, obviously an influence where millions of people can, perhaps, but like there's interpersonal, just day-to-day normal relationship type stuff. It's just filled with so much misery. And even I myself must experience such absolute flipping misery. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that like my entire life is in pain because like women don't love me or care about me. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that it is something that they could solve and they choose not to. And it annoys me greatly. One thing that I can't stand, I absolutely cannot stand this shit. This drives me insane. There's a few times where I've talked to people. I recently had this conversation and I'm explaining, about feeling like picked over. So I guess I should start there. A nigga has spent his entire life experiencing being picked over. If any woman has ever been presented the option or opportunity to pick me or someone else, they've always picked the other person. Now, the truth of the matter is, this doesn't really concern me from like a self-esteem point of view, and it doesn't really concern me from like a self-worth point of view. That's not really my concern. I don't really care about that insofar as like the value judgment that the woman has made is that the guy's better than me or whatever the flip. Who really knows and who really cares, right? Because if you were to go into more detail, they oftentimes get mixed results, right? On the one hand, sometimes I remember there's this one situation. Well, I can't even technically say I got picked over as much as I just withdrew in high school, because the guy, he's actually a great guy. He was my friend. He's awesome, and he and the girl are still married. And again, I can't say I was technically picked over because I never was in the running. I just was like, oh well, I can tell they like each other. I just went hands off. It's fine. I'm not even like there's not even a problem. Yep. Like if I did try to pursue the girl and she did pick who was clearly a great guy over me, that's fine. Like, that's reasonable. Again, they're married now. They have kids now. That's fantastic. They stayed together, right? That's amazing, actually. Like, there's nothing to be upset about in a situation like that. But then from that point, there's also situations where girls would pick niggas. I mean, just low down, egotistical mother. There's this one. Look, I've never told the full story, but just, I guess, to thread the needle so you understand, because you don't know me. Nigga. It's the first time you saw a video of mine, right? Maybe. It could be. Right? Time where this one girl, literally, I could tell the whole thing, but she picks this guy who just went on to prolifically cheat on her. Now the mainstays in my channel, I've said this numerous. I don't know if you guys remember this. I've brushed against this story. I sat next to one of the girls this nigga cheated on his girlfriend with in my Spanish class. I saw this motherfucker every day. I see this girl every day. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And so in that situation.
All right, so I want to pause real quick just to ask you guys a question, and you as well, Aaron. We understand you have grievances, right? But how old would you say this guy is? He's probably, how old would you say he is?
I think he's got like gray hair. He's got to be 30, at least in his 30s.
All right, so he's around our age in some capacity.
Right.
So you got, I just want to give a little bit of critique. Okay, well, let me ask you guys this question. Does this sound bitter? Does he sound bitter at all?
Yeah, he sounds hurt. Like he's complaining. Very bitter.
No, there's nothing particularly, there isn't something inherently wrong with sounding bitter. I guess there can't be something wrong with being bitter. So let's keep going.
To be honest, that was the first time, or learning about that was the origin point of me saying, well, she picked him. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, that's what she picked.
Let me say something. All right. Let's just say in the last scenario, the girl that that picked the guy, the douchebag over him. I think the way he's looking at it is like, dang, I could have had that. But wouldn't you think someone who is being like, I guess optimistic in the sense of, well, damn, I'm glad I'm not with a woman that, has that low self-esteem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's how I would generally, with a broad stroke, looking at all the relationships that didn't work out for me, I would take it a little bit of that and a little bit of what could I have done. Right. Because I've been in relationships where like maybe I got picked over or overlooked after I'm dealing with a woman, and I could literally attribute it to me having low self-esteem and her also having it as well.
Right.
So I wouldn't really.
He should be looking at it as a blessing. Like, oh, it's good that I didn't get with her.
Yeah. So I'm wondering what has broken in his mind, or what has caused what event has caused him to take a glass half empty approach as opposed to a glass half full approach.
I think he's acknowledging that there's a consistency of not being accepted, I guess.
Well, let's continue to see what else.
She picked misery. She chose to be the nigga that's gonna do it wrong. I mean, it's what it is. And the thing is, like, even then, like, the truth of the matter, even behind that, I really was, that was kind of more the intro stage of like courting. I didn't really invest deep emotions into her. She was more, I wouldn't call her a rebound, but she was more like the next pursuit beyond the woman I really cared about. The girl I really cared about. She trapped me in the friend zone, right? This was the first and last.
Wait, so you hear this?
Well, let's see what his overarching point is.
Okay.
Time I was ever truly in the friend zone, because after this point, I tell women straight up, like, look, man, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not. I tell straight up, like I tell her, and it's because of this, all the way back when I was 15, 16, right? You know what I'm saying? Trapped in the friend zone. I can't damn use my friend. No, we're not doing that. I don't want to hear that bullshit. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, the idea, I don't know, different conversation. Point is, her as well, right? She had a choice between me and this Mexican kid. Makes a Mexican kid. Tore a nigga up inside. It really did. And you know what else tore a nigga up inside? The fact that her dad said she couldn't date black people, right? And for years, I say for years, like more like 2 years, right? Like in that time in high school. So yeah, years, that's plural. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here being black and just thinking to myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't choose to be black. What the fuck? How I get denied for some shit I didn't even choose to do? I didn't ask to be black. I'm just sitting here like, first of all, the nigga she actually selected is over here fucking smoking weed and doing drugs and sneaking out at night. So you know what I'm saying? The nigga that would have stood there and did right by her and would have, you know what I'm saying, just been good to her, just cared about her, kept her on the straight and narrow. That nigga black, so you can't get in. But the nigga that, you know what I'm saying? The nigga doing drugs, the nigga sneaking out, the nigga, right? Well, because he's Mexican, it's goofiness, right? And to me, you know, to be fair, as a side note, let me just highlight the foolishness of racism, right? And maybe, you know, she wouldn't say her dad was racist, but it kind of is, but whatever. The point is, right, the silliness of that, right, I will say that for another time. I just wanted to put a little note of just how silly racism is, because a nigga been dealing with this shit his whole life, and I'm just like, whatever. But anyway, motherfuckers.
I think I've heard.
I think you can't really contribute that to race, though, just because. Here's why I would say that. Well, I guess it would be anecdotal, sure, but I've been with women who have disregarded their parents' wishes to be with me. So if she really likes you, she'll do whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that is a possibility there, but I've definitely come across um people who say they're attracted to black people, but their parents wouldn't approve, and because of the family pressure, they wouldn't marry.
Yeah,
They
but to
wouldn't
me,
give
it
it to
just
black.
means that you don't really like me. You like
Yeah,
your family more than you
that
like.
is true, huh? Yeah, because I was like, you shouldn't at a certain age. Like, I can understand maybe if you're in adolescence, maybe like 16, 17, or something like that. But that shouldn't have anything to do with the
Yeah, because
person you
you're not
truly
gonna have
love,
kids with your dad.
right? Or your mom, or
You're
your
making a
aunt,
family
your
with a
uncle.
new. I never really understood that. I never. Now, I'm not saying you should be at odds with the people, be at odds with the family, the people you're gonna get with, because I know that's the one argument there. I'm only explaining that. I'm telling you guys, women will drop every single thing to be with you, to go to the movies, they will drop anything if they really like you.
Yeah, if she likes you, she will.
Yeah. So it's probably just an excuse.
Spent a huge chunk of his life getting picked over, right? And I know what it's like to be like third wheeled. I know what it's like to, again, and I got tale after tale. I can regale tale after.
Now let me just say something else, nigga. I think his name is Zeus or Zers. You need to do something with your damn facial hair, man.
I was just about to say that.
You look like a troglodyte.
He can get.
You look like you should have like a cheetah print, the cheetah print thing. The cheetah print dress, you know what I'm talking about? The one that hangs over one shoulder.
Yeah.
And you got a big Billy Club in the back seat.
That Fred Flintstone.
You gotta trim up, dude, because some people can pull that look off. You know what I'm saying? Some people like yours truly. You know what I'm saying? They can be a little bit unkempt and it doesn't look as bad as you. And you gotta get some muscle on your body, man.
Yeah.
Because I already know Bass Fizz. I already know, bro. I see you playing Elden Ring, bro. I see you, bro. I know you like Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Your body type,
bro.
your facial hair, and the way you speak right now, it reeks of video gamer. You need to get angry at those weights.
Yeah.
All that anger you got to push. Now I know I'm saying this and it might piss you off if you're actually watching. But what else you got to say, Aaron?
Nah, that honestly, like, I would say James and I could even relate to playing video games, and
we play video games, bro,
and be nerdy. But I remember I was like 155 pounds, and my little cousins would pick on me. And I was like, I remember it's just how you channel things, man. You gotta channel like a better look, man. Cause yeah, you look scruffy, and the only thing I can see you dating is someone just as
scruffy or like
depressing or scruffy or not well
like
kept
down.
as you.
Because I can already see like the type of chicks he goes for is like, or at least that are around him. They may be like the nerdy / socially awkward, like girl with the interesting black hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like the quirky black women who are kind of like, you know, they're not bad people. They're just kind of like
just a preference style. He definitely like, I could tell he liked those like nerdy gamer girls or.
Look this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
That'd be at EDM.
I'm trying to extend the olive branch to you, knowing that I'm probably can pull more girls. And I don't want to pull girls in the sense of like, ooh, look at all this peace leave I got, right? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Like I don't want to have intercourse with a bunch of women. That's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm just saying I would probably at least have more status than you in that sense.
Yeah.
And Aaron would as well. So we have the authority to try and give you some advice, because I'll speak to my own experience.
Yeah, because I've definitely been.
What happened to your camera?
I don't know. It's working on my end. I see it.
Shit. Anyways, we'll just keep on. When I didn't have any muscle, I already look like a mutant from X-Men. I already look like that. So I have to work to get that impression kind of like polished. So
Yeah.
me being in community college, me going to Chinese tutoring with Aaron, I didn't get no huss, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm just speaking colloquial, guys. Like, bear with me, bear with what I'm saying. All right, don't get your panties in a damn bunch. I'm not like trying to be like, this is how you get hoes. I'm just trying to explain that there's a way to have gravitas, presence around you. And what I did is I just started talking to women. I started getting in the gym, and I just started being less like caring less about what they think, treating them like they're kind of like my little sister. A lot of the girls I interact with, and I get the best results. So I went from being in community college, having no muscle, having no confidence, to like being at some of my other jobs, basically having all the women at my jobs on me.
Yeah.
I kid you not. All because I started taking care of myself and I started doing that work. So let's keep going, because he brings up some more good points.
After tale of, if a woman has the option to be with me or the option to be with a different person, she picks a different person, hands down, always. There's no contest, no fucking contest, right? No. And to be honest with you, right?
That's the problem. Like, how do you? I don't know. I would say him at his age. How do you not know this already? Unless you've just been lazy the last 15 years you've been out of high school.
Well, let's see let's see what his reasoning is.
A lot of people, and this really concerns me greatly about the internet and how they treat men who are alone and deal with frustration with trying to have relations with women. Is they always tell these niggas to look inward. Like, you're alone because you suck. You're alone because you're terrible. You're alone because you're an awful person. And I sit there and I say, and that's interesting, because I had always took the pain and recognition that there was something wrong with me. I spent very many years of my life believing there was something wrong with me. Again, me being black, that's what was wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not even that dark. The truth be told.
Nah, bro. We just gave you. I just gave you the blueprint right here.
Hey,
the interracial blueprint right there. What do you mean? There's white women who want you. Yeah,
bro. Look,
white women.
I'm gonna say this right here, and this is just personally, that's what's been happening to me. I've been getting hit on more women outside of my race than my own damn race. It's been actually harder to date my own race than to date someone who is outside of my race, literally.
Well, he could say, well, that's just your experience.
Nah, man. I think if anything, in this decade, since like the whole
the whole George Floyd thing,
this whole black movement, this is the greatest time to be black right now. So you can literally stop complaining.
Yeah, real talk, bro. There's a lot you can, like, if anything, there might be sympathy points that goes onto a black dude's look scale or his sexual market value, like BLM, George Floyd, DEI. If a nigga is like 5 out of 10, he could be 5.5 just off of social credit alone.
Right.
Literal affirmative action in the dating market.
Right.
So I don't think you know what you're talking about, bro. So that might be the case when you're in the past, but not right now.
I'm racially ambiguous to some people. Now, some people immediately recognize I'm black. Some people are like, are you Arabic? I'm like, no. Some people are, are you mixed? I'm like, no, I'm a nigga, I'm black. You know what I'm saying? Some people immediately.
But imagine it, Aaron, listen, imagine if I was like, man, I'm white. Like, my eyes move like back and forth sometimes. My skin is like really pale and I can't stay out the sun for that long, man. Like, I just can't get girls. Like, I don't know why. I mean,
you would literally give up.
You're right. It's like my self-esteem and my idea, my worth starts to collapse on itself because I'm almost drumming up some weird anxiety.
Right.
I'm revving up this chainsaw of anxiety just to what's the end goal? I mean, I'm never gonna be. You don't win races like that if you're like, man. I mean, I just had such a hard training. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Like, my head is hurting. And I don't think I could complete this race. Well, you're not gonna complete it, bro.
Yeah, and you're done because you're not trying to upgrade yourself in the sense of just those things that James had mentioned earlier, you know. And the more you continue to do that, you'll be making more videos like this.
Because what's the opposite?
Whining.
What is the opposite? Man, I don't know, man. Like, just girls like whenever I go on, like whenever I go to Walmart, like people just look at me like when I'm just trying to buy Tyson chicken, like people look at me like I'm gonna abduct them because I'm so white, as opposed to like, man, look at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Look at how I'm busting out this shirt, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about? Like, of course I can get what I want, and if I can't, I can get. If I can't get exactly what I want, I'm at least gonna get something of what I want.
Something close to it.
What's a better mindset? What is a better mindset to have?
I'd rather have confidence and gain possibly nothing than think like that, you know, and just give up. All hope was lost.
And that's
Like,
why I'm saying
man,
this is kind of like an incel mentality, because he'll get further into it. I'll explain.
Understand I'm black, right? Regardless of my point, I'm over here thinking, well, is me. I'm what's wrong. Shoot, I spent years of my life thinking that there was something wrong with me. Whether it's me being black, whether it's me being nice, whether it's me being caring, maybe it's me being abrasive and upfront. I'm very abrasive. I'm very upfront. I'm very direct and straight to it. Perhaps.
Aaron, who do you think is? Would you call me abrasive and upfront?
Would I call you abrasive up front?
What about blunt and upfront?
Blunt, yeah, for
All right.
sure.
That's the issue. I don't really know, right? I don't play games. I don't fucking pretend. I don't do that shit. I'm like, I care about you. I tell him I give a fuck. I love you. I care about you. You know what I'm saying? I want to invest and be with you. And you want to know what's just so fucked? There's two things that are so fucked up about the world we live in. Point one, the idea that so many niggas is just alone because they're just terrible, awful people. Perhaps I am a terrible, awful person, but that's not why women don't want to be with me. That's not the reason. They've never said you suck dick. You are awful. You're trash. You're garbage. It's none of that. It's some other nigga at some other point in time, and they got the fucking spark, and they got the feelings, and he's the guy they really want to be with. It's their selfishness. It's the way they feel. It's not that I did a thing in particular. There's this one woman I remember, man, and you want to know something that sucked? I cared so much. I really love this woman. To be fair, the way our relationship.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It looks like it, huh?
Dude, this dude's hurting, bro. I can feel his damn pain through the damn.
The reason why I relate is because the reason why I feel like I relate and I can understand where he's coming from is because I think my opinions, like if you guys look at, I watch Bats Fizz like a lot. Like if you guys look through the videos that I've been watching him at least lately, I go through and I actually listen. I sit and listen to this guy. He's probably around, like, I would argue he's around the same age as me, probably have the same upbringing, same interests, same interests. And, yeah, dude, like, as you can see, I've been watching this dude for at least a year, just trying to get his perspective on things is similar to mine. So I just think he's like on the edge, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I can relate to a lot of things he's saying, and I'm not trying to downplay, because I feel like this could be me with a couple of missteps, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Started.
I think I can definitely relate to him. This was me when I was coming out of high school. Shit, I would say this is me going into high school, going like first years of college. This is all of me. What he's explaining, I definitely went through. I definitely experienced. So I know what he's talking about.
But this is how players are made, and this is how incels are made, aren't they? Right. Because the player can decide, you know what, I'm just going to do what I want. I'm going to try and get whatever I want out of the situation. And the incel just decides, you know what, I'm not even interested in this whole dating thing anymore. I'm just done. Because he brings up a good point. He says, like, I love you. I want to tell you that I love you. So this is the crazy part.
Wasn't the best, and there's two women I think about. Like the way our relationship started was a little bit more sexual than it probably should have been, realistically. But as time progressed, here's the thing: the truth is, I can't really be a fuckboy. I can't really pretend that I just want to smash and dash. I can't do it. I'm not good at that. I love and I care and I invest. And so, you know what I'm saying? With this one woman, like I'm caring about her and I'm investing, and like we started having like a full-on relationship. And like towards the end of this relationship. Well, I wouldn't say that. It's more like a pseudo relationship, right? Like it's you know what a pseudo relationship is. The kids call them situationships, which I dislike the term, but just so you understand, when I say pseudo relationship, it's such, you know. And so and it's kind of crazy. Like I've actually.
Huh?
No, he was just reiterating like 4 times. We get it.
Learned the telltale signs of women abandoning me. Like, I figured this out, right? Like, they start to pull away, they start getting short with you, they don't want to talk to you too much, they don't really care. You know what I'm saying? You can just stop in talking to them, and they're not even going to investigate. I figured this shit out, bro. Why? Because this shit happened to me so often. Well, here's another motherfucker coming in. I don't even think too hard about this shit. I'm just like, all right, well, that's what it is. But anyway, before I got there, I'm with this woman, and we're arguing. And, like, this is back when I was a substitute teacher. And I was having a very, very tough time with talking to some of the kids and like really being impacted by their lives and how little I could even do to help them sometimes. You know, there's this one kid, I remember every time I was at that school, somehow he always found himself getting sent to my class. I don't know how, but somehow he always found me, or another teacher always sent them to me. And he wasn't, and the thing is, he was a funny kid, you know, everyone liked him, everyone understood him, but I'm like, he's just doing bad stuff. I remember one day after school, I sit the young man down, I'm trying to talk to him, and I say, look, bro, like, you're funny, you know, but use it for good. You know, you shouldn't always be a disruption. Take all that joy you give to people and convert it into something that actually elevates the class. Not just always gets you sent out, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk to him, and I remember, you have to understand, I want you guys to get where I'm at, bro. I want you guys to feel what I feel. I know you can't, but I wish you could, because I want you to understand how this conversation is going. So I want you to feel the full effect of the full understanding. How this conversation is going and what I'm saying. And his response to me was, has your dad ever said that you're not his son and he didn't want you? And I say no. I couldn't even relate to him on that, because my dad never said anything of this sort. He said the complete opposite, actually. I can tell you a story of him literally saying the complete fucking opposite. Literally could tell you. And I said no. And I couldn't even relate to him on that. And I still remember that to this day, because the conversation had nothing to do with his dad or his mom or his parents or anything. But what that said to me was that every day he carried that with him. Every day. Every day. He carried that with him. And I couldn't help him. And I still think about that. And it bothered me. And I carried it. And that's just one story. And I carried it.
All
I
right.
was sad, and I carried it. And we would all...
All right. So I have two things. Perhaps, Zeus, you're looking for the wrong women. Like, the women that you're looking for, the women you're entertaining, they're not even, like, you're looking in the wrong places. Like, if you're looking for women, there are women out there that care, who would be committed and everything, bro. But if you think these little emo chicks with the game pad,
Well, we don't know what
Nintendo
they are.
Switch,
We don't know what they are.
well,
We don't
I'm
know the
just
types of women he goes for. We can
yeah,
assume
we
that,
don't.
but
Right. But I'm just gonna throw the assumption out there. If you think you're ideally a basic woman is going to be able to give you exactly what it is that you need, then you're gonna continue to suffer. Uh, the other thing was that him mentioning about the kid and the kid telling him, "Well, has your father ever told you, that you're not my son?"
well, the
Everybody
yeah.
has everything has everybody has issues, right? James grew up with issues, I grew up with issues, but what makes us stronger is that we dealt with them, we looked them face to face, and we got over it. You know what I mean? Because we can't change who we are. We can't change the things that happen to us. But what we can change is our path in the future that can lead us in the right direction of where we would like to go or where we see ourselves being. But if you don't have nothing to foresee, then you're going to be stuck exactly here in a car about to cry because you're getting emotional because you're doing exactly what you told that kid to do. I mean, you're doing exactly what.
Well, if I could refine that, it's almost like you're succumbing to his philosophy. So he's carrying the negative experiences he's had with his dad as some type of fuel to basically be an unruly person, seeking attention from
Right.
his classmates because it's better than the lack of attention that I've got the lack of attention that I get from my dad.
Right.
However, one could also say, hey, look, little kid, I understand you feel that way, but this is how villains are made. This is how school shooters are made. This is how people who hurt other people are made. you cannot allow that to be. It's almost like you're staring into the abyss, and the abyss starts to call to you, and then you start to succumb to it, and all of a sudden you're the abyss and you're pulling other people into you.
Right.
So you have, as a human, you as a man, you have actually the responsibility, even at that young age, to say, look, I'm not going to let my terrible father, who's disrespecting me, I'm not going to allow him to make me disrespect my legacy, my future goals, my success. I still have the power to make sure that my life turns out better than if I just accept my fate.
Right. Because let's just assume that the qualities that Zeus has, he's a smart guy, he's intellectual, he's well-spoken, and everything else. If he just channels that, like he was telling the kid to channel his humor and turn it into something good, you could do the same thing. But you're literally on this video complaining about you're getting passed up. You're being passed up. Where's the method that you told that kid? Why are you not applying it?
Well, that's the thing. It's interesting because even in his own scenario, he was silent. If the way he makes it sound like it left such an impact on him, because he got into an emotional state when he mentioned it, right?
Right, he did.
So it shows you that this really means a lot to him. The fact that he acknowledges a kid as basically sealing their own fate in their own development by saying, my dad doesn't love me, so I'm just going to be an asshole in class. I'm going to be unruly. I'm going to be this person. And he said he carries that. But then he also said, I'm carrying that.
Right.
But think about it. Your advice you could give to him, your advice that you gave to him, you could use yourself.
Exactly.
As Aaron was saying.
And sometimes I would be frustrated and I wouldn't open up to her. I didn't talk to her and I didn't tell her. She didn't ask either. And I'm in this turmoil and this pain and this frustration. And she goes and she finds someone else, right? I don't even know how she met the motherfucker. I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's of no consequence now. But I'm like, and I'm like, listen, and we argue, and I'm like, listen, fam, like, and, well, I remember all the full details, but some of the stuff I remember in our little final dust up or whatever. And I'm talking to her, and I'm like, look, man, I understand we were arguing and we were frustrated. That's something she said. She said that. Like, she's like, well, we're just arguing all the time. And I'm like, yeah, maybe so, but when we should discuss it, we should talk about it, we should figure it out. It's not like we go find someone else. We shouldn't go, find other people and be like, oh, let me just get the spark in the bullshit. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're here, we invested, we care about each other, and when I needed you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not there. But vice versa, I was, whatever. You know what I'm saying? and I say all this to say that, like, the guy that she ended up picking over, you know what I'm saying? This other motherfucker, they went and had their whole relationship, was another prolific cheater. And again, I'm not saying if a woman picks a nigga over me, it's going to end in misery. Absolutely not. Let me think for a moment. There's another situation as such. The lady got married. As far as the quality, I don't know, right? She blocked me later on when I tried to reconnect with her. But, I don't know. I can't tell you that. I'm not even going to go as far as to say that not picking me leads you to a life of misery. However, that is what occurred to her. And the nigga was so awful to her that she just swore off dating entirely. And in my mind, I'm like, nigga, you don't even have the right to do that shit because you had me, motherfucker. Like, you don't even have, like, are you kidding me? Like, are you on some other shit that somehow you can pick this no good nigga over me? And then the worst part about this, I remember I went back and I told her, I guess fine, we'll try to be friends. Of course it could be her fucking friend. But like, I went back and I'm talking to her. Come to find out, the nigga dealing with some fucking criminal shit anyway. It wasn't like violent criminal.
Bro, this is crazy because in my eyes, you dodged the bullet, bro.
Right. So why complain about it? And this is the thing. Look, I understand there's a time, perhaps there's a time and place. Maybe this is his time and place. This is the thing. Because I'm not trying to say, like, don't ever do this again online, because maybe he doesn't really feel like he has an outlet to express this. Because you don't know where he's at right now. He could be on the verge. He could be on the verge of some Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So him ranting about this oftentimes is because he can't rant about it. Like, I have you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have like German, and I have other friends, and I could have, like, I have my brother, I have my dad. So I have like places I feel like I can get this out and then get some feedback on it. But perhaps he doesn't. So I understand that. But what spoke to me is in Proverbs, it talks about how you should keep your heart. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life, in the sense that as humans, we have to guard the heart itself, because it is something that the reason why we should do it is because it's probably the most sensitive, the most rewarding if received well. It's a very special part. But he mentioned, like, he's getting into these sexual relationships with these girls, and he's not really properly vetting them.
Right.
German said you got to do a podcast with this dude. Yeah, I would like to. I really would love to, because I like Bass Fizz. I'm usually agree with almost all of his takes, and I end up learning a lot from some of his philosophy. It's just that where he's at right now, this is not a good spot. But that being said, you get in these relationships with these girls, it starts off sexual. Well, you should acknowledge that that's where you messed up right then and there. It's easy to find out if a girl is a no good, like, dummy head, bobblehead. If she's, what type of music does she listen to? How does she dress? What are her friends like? Is she likely to pick a Pookie after me? I just find it a little bit hard to believe that you can't find women with higher self-esteem who are not going to let women give her thug and love, or who are not going to let men give her thug and love.
Right.
Because it's very easy to find women who don't like Thugnificent and freaking Blueface Baby, or like just a no good nigga. It's not that, to me. I don't find it hard. And if, to me, like, let's just say I break up with my chick, right? And then turns out she's with some dude who's like a no good nigga. Like, am I gonna feel sad? Sure. Am I gonna feel like bad about it?
I didn't. Shit.
It's like, to me, you're just showing me that I made, like, it was a really good decision, because you can't even pick a good dude. So you picking me was almost like a fluke.
Bro, that happened to me, bro. And I was just like, you like did a downgrade. Like, you didn't even do an upgrade. I was like, you stupid.
Right. Like, that's not gonna make me feel bad or you feel bad.
Right. Like, I was just like, okay. Well, it was just meant, and I'm just glad that you and I are not together. That's how I looked at it. Cause I was just all like, okay, this is, yeah, like, you got in the worst position ever. And then, like, just to elaborate on it, he put her through so much hell. He was breaking her stuff. He was stealing money from her. He was doing all kind of stuff. And then guess what? Guess who she would call when she needed help? Yours truly. But who would help? I put my foot down, bro, pretty much. And I was just like, you know what? Ain't happening, bro. So yeah, this guy. It's important that, like James, as he read in Proverbs, you gotta protect your heart, man.
Because
Proverbs.
Yeah, you're right. It's Proverbs, because what it looks like is like you're wearing your heart on your sleeve, and you cannot do that in general with anybody, and especially not with women. Here's the thing: you're not entitled to reciprocation that you think is sufficient to help your heart be at ease when you share it.
Exactly.
In the sense that just because you share your heart, that doesn't mean people have to. That doesn't. You shouldn't expect equal reciprocation, because if you acknowledge that, we can acknowledge that you're different. And I'm sure if you listen to what we're saying, you can acknowledge that we kind of take a different take as well. People like us, and I'm not trying to say we're like elite or whatever, but we are different from your average person.
We elite.
We're probably not going to be with some bankhead hoe who don't have any respect for herself, who dresses immodestly, who sleeps around. So, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's self-value. Like, if you really like value yourself and your morals and your principles, your interests, then you want something that's going to complement that. You know what I mean?
It just looks like you just have a problem picking good women. So this guy said, hard work said, why do you react to these kinds of videos? I think it's important because I'm trying to deal with the everyday man. A lot of times what we react to, a lot of people that we react to, they're above us. But I see this person more as an equal. he has like double my subscribers, but I still feel like we're on the same wavelength in a way. These type of videos are more important to me because this touches to the heart of what a lot of men are going through, as you'll see in the video.
I was just about to say, what's wrong with looking out for your fellow brother?
Right. I would consider
Right.
him a comrade at the very least.
Stuff, but like his ex-girlfriend, or maybe, yeah, his ex-girlfriend was trying to get him into legal trouble, and it's just some drama bullshit. A nigga could probably find the conversations in Snapchat, but it's not really, it's neither here nor there. Point is, you have to understand, that shit wouldn't have happened with me, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, right? The point that I'm making isn't even that, again, not being with me means that you'll have a life of misery, but like, damn, motherfucker, like, why couldn't you just fucking care? And that bothers me so much. It bothers me so much because it's like you see the shit, that if you are alone and you're single, that's a reflection of you. You're shitty, you're terrible, you're trash. But the time I was with these women, they said they cared about me. They said they loved me. You know, they're telling me, man, no one's ever treated me like this before. They all the time, bro. And I'm just like, I don't even feel valuable. I don't even feel special. It doesn't even feel like it's like I can't even be like, yeah.
Yeah, but either they believe that at a moment, they can't believe that for the moment, or they're just liars.
Or even this, what they're saying is true, but because they don't love themselves, they can't accept what you have to offer.
Right. So you just have a problem with dealing with women who don't love themselves. It's not. And this is what I'm saying. Like if you giving up the goods, like willy-nilly, like after like 2 tacos, like I always say, and like a couple of dates, you don't really love yourself like that. You might love yourself in other areas, but you definitely got some work to do. Because if I can crack in like 2 weeks, which I've done for most women I've ever been with the exception of one, you don't really love yourself. You don't.
Yeah. Man, I get turned down because I tell women I want to wait. It's weird. It's
so we're dealing, as Aaron says, if you get turned down for saying you want to like wait, we're dealing with a whole different type of women. So you have to understand that.
Different type of women. And just from my experience, it doesn't seem like they're about that life that they really preach about.
And what I will agree with him on is his disillusionment with how women are. You have to really take that in. You got to let it sit. You got to let that soak, because it's a reality. A lot of women they're mentally unstable. They're inherently insecure. Lying is second nature to them. They almost have split personalities or emotional states. Did I mention they're inherently insecure?
Yeah. You guys want to hear something crazy? I got turned down because I asked a girl to get tested before we have intercourse.
Right, and there's many reasons why she would do that. It could be she doesn't want to face the reality that she might have an STD, which is insane. Another thing is she might have somebody that's lined up that she already wants to lay. So it's not really that big of a deal. She'll get a lay with somebody else.
Right.
Another thing is like she thinks she might be offended that you would even insinuate that. There's so many reasons that would make her out to be the bad person, the bad actor in this situation, that are all possible, and it has nothing really to do with you having good intent. But you can't get downtrodden and be like, "Damn, I guess I'm never gonna ask a girl for what do you call it? A blood test? What do you call it?
What did I call it? I forgot. Just tested.
Yeah,
just a general test.
I guess I should never ask if a girl's tested ever again. That's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I started to do that, but then I thought about it. I was like, why would I stoop down? Why would I lower my standards?
Right.
Like I love myself. I care about myself. So, and I don't mind if it's me that's going to have my peace, then I'm cool with it. But I'm not going to bring a woman in my life to turn my whole internal spirit into a messy house. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So who else says HR? What up, HR? If a woman, HR, what you got to say? What you got to say, HR? I know you. What you got to say? Listen to the video, HR. You better be agreeing with me.
HR, man, put some feet pics on the page.
I'm that guy, because it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter if no one's ever treated you well and asked you questions about who you really are and really love you and invest in you. Why? Because I know that when some other motherfucker's gonna come, he'll pick this dick over me anyway. So what difference does it fucking make if you've never experienced this shit before, if you don't even actually fucking value it? I don't know. And it just bothers me, because it's like, that's what they tell me. The internet's gonna fucking tell you you're a shitty person. But what they say is that, damn, on the front end, they're like, damn, You're built different. You're good to me. You love me. You're kind. You care about me. I don't give a fuck. And it's fucking crazy. Because, like, the second thing that fucks with me so much, bro, this drives me insane. All the fucking advice on the internet for quote-unquote nice guys, for quote-unquote simps, for lonely men, all this fucking shit is to adapt to some fuckery.
All right, man. Look.
Man.
Well, let's hold that
And
thought.
then he
Hold that
wants
thought.
his kid's life to be better than his, bro. I cannot adapt and become a nigga that involves himself in fuckery so I can have sex with women. I can't do it. I want my baby's life to have me in it. My parents got divorced. And I know the pain of having your dad there and then him leaving. Physically. Not mentally or emotionally or anything like that. I can still call him just to reinforce it, right? I don't want you guys to think that my dad, just... I don't want anyone to think that my dad wasn't there. We didn't talk. Again, I can call him and talk to him anytime I want. But either way, like, his physical presence marked comfort and protection. And it took me years to realize that him not being there, it took me a long time to realize that him not being there, and actually put me in a low state of anxiety. I didn't realize how important literally him just being there was, and I didn't realize that with his presence and just the reality of his existence, I learned the complexities of being a man. Because my dad was funny as much as he was kind, as much as he was protective, as much as he was stern, right? You know what I'm saying? And as much as he was intelligent, as much as he could help me understand things. Just it being there, you know what I'm saying? And I know the value. And I want my babies to never have to experience a lifetime where I'm not there, where they don't get that. And I didn't want any of my nieces or nephews to experience that either. Be quite honest with you. Reason why I make these motherfucking YouTube videos is so that your children don't have to deal with that shit. Because I give a fuck about everybody. So the fact that dating advice is how do we adapt to the fuckery is insane. Because our babies actually need us in our lives. We don't even concern ourselves with the realities of family creation and being a father and being a good father and one that's present and care. We don't even think about that shit. Because niggas is like, I don't want to get married. And then you got women. They didn't say, I'm a decent man. I don't care. And then
What were you going to say, Aaron?
No, I'm glad that, now, because at first he was like, I don't even know anymore. That's like, that's what he was saying. But now he's saying, like, I'm not going to change because it's important that I'm in my child's life. You know what I mean? And that's the energy you should always have. And then when you start gooding out here on these streets and you start meeting these women, you display your cards. Lay them all on the table. This is what I want. This is what I demand. This is what I'm channeling. Everything. If you don't like it, take it or leave it.
All right. Well,
You know
I
what I
wanted to. I'm hearing what you're saying there. I wanted to list. HR says, I am not. I said, you talking smack? He said, I am not. It just does not make sense to ask your girlfriend that. It is just so offensive. Ask her what? Ask her what? Ask her what, HR? Like her body count or what? Ask her what? About her relationships? Because I can just go off of what you're saying, at least on the offensive thing. Like, sometimes
HR
you're going to be
always
offensive. HR...
He always tripping, bro.
I need a profile pic. I need to know what your girlfriend look like or your wife. Because I find it hard to believe, HR, to get tested for HIV. It's not just okay. Here we go.
I can't believe
So wait a minute.
It's crazy, bro.
HR, that's why you're a certified toe sucker, bro. I rock with you. Thanks for coming on the show. But you're a certified toe sucker, bro. So wait a minute. So let me guess. Not only is it wrong to ask, like, hey, do you want to get tested before we get involved? Especially if she's not a virgin. If she's not a virgin, you have a right to do. Well, even if she is, shoot, you have the right as a man to make sure that what you're sticking your dipstick in is clean, and the woman has that right too. But
come on, right?
Let me ask you another question, HR. Let me. I'm just want to see if you're a toe sucker or not, like certified one. So it's wrong to ask. It's wrong to ask them to get tested. Is it wrong? Let's just say, like, you get somebody pregnant. Is it wrong for you to ask her to get tested to make sure it's yours? Let me hear that answer, HR. And to answer your question, or to elaborate on what you're saying, is it offensive? Bro, here's what you don't understand. I'm going to go for two angles. What you don't understand about women is being offensive is actually a good thing in a lot of times. Not all the time, but a lot of times it can work in your favor. Because when you're offensive, sometimes you're displaying leadership qualities, because to be resolute, to be unwavering, to stand your ground, all these characteristics of a man is going to make you offensive to some women. Some women are going to be offensive to the extent that they're going to want to they don't want to deal with you anymore. But some women, the good women, are going to be like, you know what? Even though it hurts my feelings a little bit. I find it a little bit offensive. I respect the fact that James or Aaron or HR is I love you, but I'm not scared of you. He loves me, but he's not scared of me. He's not afraid to lose me, so he's going to tell me things that might push the boundaries, they might rock the boat, but it's out of love. Right. And if she can't understand that, she doesn't acknowledge love, she doesn't know how to receive it, get rid of her. Exactly. She's of no use.
She's not qualified. And she's going to be more of a problem to you than a damn asset.
Love can be offensive. You know why? Because, man, let me show you. Man. We're gonna keep going, Aaron. I know you got time, or you got to go soon. I'll probably just continue on. But let me show this. Proverbs 27:6. Faithful are the wounds. The what? Faithful are the what? The wounds of a friend. But the kisses of the enemy are deceitful. What does that show? It shows that sometimes as your friend, as somebody who's in your inner circle, you're going to need to shake people up. Not because you hate them, not because you have ill will towards them, but sometimes you're going to have to cut your friend because it's part of the healing process. I know that sounds crazy, right? But it makes perfect sense to me, because when I go under the needle or under the knife in an operation, the doctor's gonna have to make some incisions in order to fix some things, in order to work some things around so I can be healthier. And if you don't understand that, you can't understand why being offensive is acceptable sometimes.
Yeah.
So what else HR saying? HR saying, if you don't trust her, simply leave her. All right. And then he says, I think it is logical to ask, just do it in a correct way. But the HIV thing is crazy. He never said what? HR. He didn't say anything about HRV. Damn, German put the toe, he put the lick, and he put the drool emojis. It is logical to ask for the test of the kid. All right, HR, at least you ain't that far gone. It's perfectly logical to ask, hey, you want to get tested to make sure that we're safe before we start doing intercourse? Because the opposite is if you can get something permanent that you can never get rid of it. Like, HR, bro. I understand you probably shouldn't ask it. You probably shouldn't ask it like, hey, so you want to go on coffee? Oh, by the way, are you HIV positive? Obviously, there's ways to ask it. There's ways to ask it. So no give us the benefit. That. Yeah, use common sense, HR. Here's the problem, HR. I want to see how I would like to meet you in person, and I want to know how your girlfriend treats you, bro. Because I doubt HR that you wear the pants all the time. I doubt it. I'm just being honest. Let's keep going.
All these motherfuckers being mad at each other, but no one's stopping and saying, okay, what about our babies, bro? What about our children, man? That's my concern. It drives me insane, because it's like a nigga wants to be good. Not perfect. I want to do right. And it bothers me so much that, like, when trying to have relationships with women, like, I experience, like, being left, or I experience being picked over, or I experience not being held as valuable. And that's the thing. Because really being picked over and really, like, just, like, not being coveted, not being protected, not being cherished. Excuse me. I spent a long time recognizing and coming face to face with how little women care about me. And it bothers me greatly that, like, not even just the advice given, but just the fact that, like, they don't fucking care. and just I was just watching this video where this one woman is on Instagram, or some guy's responding to this woman on Instagram, and she's talking about how men are valuable and how men are necessary and shit and whatnot, right?
Those are just two examples of some of the things that I found completely on my own. So I just wanted to make this post for men. If you struggle with your mental health, if you feel a societal expectation that you have to be a specific way, it is okay to not have to be tough all the time. It is okay to feel your feelings. It's what makes you human. And it's also okay to talk about those things. There are people that want to be there to support you, and there are women that are not all bad and all think this way. Because yes, when I made these posts, there was a lot of hate from women, and that's despicable, but there was so much more love and in support of this, and women really supporting me for making these posts.
And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, why is this shit coming from some random blonde woman I've never seen before, but the real life women in my life don't fucking value me? Why is it that it's so easy for them to pick men over me, to pick someone else? Why is it so easy? Why do they take me for such granted? Like, why don't they fucking care? And that's something that just bothers me so much because like I don't really need a fucking bad bitch or some Instagram baddie. I put my expectations are very, very low. I don't really ask for much.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
My expectations are very, very low. Interesting. If your expectations are low, then you can't expect to have reciprocated love. You can't expect to be. You can't accept to be cherished.
Right.
And you can't also accept a woman to make the same slogan you said. What about the kids?
Damn.
These women are not going to have any of that in their head.
Bro. Maybe let's just give him a pass because he probably didn't catch himself. Maybe it means like his expectations are very, very low, as in maybe physical and physique. Like I'm not looking for like, because he did say I'm not looking for an insta baddie. My expectations are very low.
Yeah, but
So I think
I would say you have to take a holistic approach, man. Because let's be honest, a girl who's
But I don't
fat,
think-
to me, this is my opinion. A girl who's fat, she might have a heart of gold, but she's still got some self-esteem issues. And it might spill over onto your relationship. Have you not heard of women? Have you not heard of women getting upset at their guy because he's getting in shape and now she feels like she's starting to feel more insecure because she's not in shape? Has it ever heard that before? When a guy is getting in shape and the girl's like almost trying to like sabotage the relationship because he's getting in shape now and she's a big fatty baddie.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that before.
So like you
Starts
act
getting
like
in, so why are you going to the gym every day?
you act like
He acts like he's really doing the feel sorry for me card. You know what I mean? To me, it's you shouldn't do that. Like you should really be boasting about how great of a person you are and what quality woman that you would like to meet in the future. I bet, hey, I guarantee you, if he were to do that, hey, I want to challenge you, Reese, or Zers, whatever your name is. I want to challenge you. I want you to make another video and talk about the great qualities that you have as a man. And I guarantee you, you're going to get something. So, or someone's going to acknowledge it for what it is. What it is, because
I won't make that big of a wager, but I will say something in the end once we get towards the end. Do you have anything else you want to say before we continue?
Nah, you can go.
I made it very easy for him, and I'm saying.
Oh, my bad, HR. Let me read what HR said. HR says, black women love black men. As a white man, I can tell you. And even though in America women are not the best, there are a lot of good women and who are single. Yeah, you're right, HR. You and I will be in agreement here. Me, and Aaron would be in agreement. I just think that Bass or Zers doesn't really think that at that current moment where he's making this video. So
he's going through he's in an emotional state right now.
Yeah, single and childless. Yeah, I think there are a lot of black women out there like that. But remember, black women are the most baby mamaed statistically in America.
Damn.
So we can't forget that. The guy in the video is overweight. Would you ask him to get in shape? Yeah, I was telling him about that initially.
Yeah.
He needs to clean up whatever he got going down here. This Venice Beach homeless man thing he got going on.
Tarantula fur.
Yeah, he's got to get rid of. He needs to clean up, dude. There's no way you should have sideburns on your cheeks, man. Yeah. This nigga got a 5 o'clock shadow on his cheekbones, dude. You need to clean the hell up, nigga.
Where is he in California?
I don't know, man, but I could give this dude some pointers.
$40 haircut. A $40 haircut every 2 weeks, $80 a month is worth it.
Look, dude, you making me want to get a line up, man. And Aaron knows I hate cutting my hair.
I told you about that too. I was like,
yeah, but at least I don't look like this, man. This nigga right here, he looks like he plays Super Smash Bros. Professionally.
Yeah, yeah, man. You
look a certain way, and look, you need to do it for the kids. You need to stop being so apathetic or so You need to stop fighting what women want out of you and what men are going to give you advice to require of you. You need to stop fighting that, stop resisting that, and you need to do it for who? For the for the kids.
Oh.
If that's how you really feel about it, you're trying to do what you're trying to make sure that your family stays intact. Well, we're giving you the blue. Well, not just we, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be giving you the blueprint. If you want to have the best life, why not be in shape so your son can look up to you? He plays with action figures, but his dad is one. What are you talking about?
Right.
Is that not motivating to want to be like?
Right.
Wow, my wife or my dad, his wife, my mom, they have like this really ooey gooey kind of like cooties relationship. I don't really understand it. You don't see that a lot.
Right.
That's the type of relationship you want your son to see you in. Damn, my mom looks up to my dad like he's like a leader. Whoa. My dad's like this confident man. He's looked up to. How do you think Barron feels about Trump? How do you think Barron feels about Trump? His dad is an apple of his son's eye. I know it.
Right.
Don't you want to be like that for your son? Well, there's work you're gonna have to do, nigga, and it starts with your damn
beard.
Well, I'm being a little bit jokey, but you get the point, man. Let's keep going.
Sitting here like, look, man, I don't need you to be fucking Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to fucking be like anything more than what you are. But mercy upon me. Why is it so hard for women to give a fuck and like to be loyal and compassionate and say, look, bro,
I can answer
like,
that.
You matter too, nigga.
Because women don't have to work for anything, bro.
Well,
not necessarily.
You're looking for the wrong women.
Right.
How, like, it doesn't make sense. Listen to what this nigga said.
Give a fuck. Like anything more than what you are. But mercy upon me. Why is it so hard for women to give a fuck and like to be...
Wait, I thought women are supposed to be nurturers. I thought being nurturers is an umbrella term for like compassion.
Yeah, but isn't that... I don't know if that's a valid
It's because women... Look, hoflation is real.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
I don't know if it exists anymore.
Hoflation is real. So you're right. There are going to be less and less women who have compassion, who are actually nurturing, who are actually feminine, who are actually submissive. Right. But you can't complain about relationships that I've been in, and the relationship that I've been in now showed me that there are submissive women out there. And anybody who's complaining about, the fact that they can't find them, you just got to look harder. I'm not the exception to the rule, bro, because I'm not even that interesting a person. So the fact that I found one means that you can as well.
Right.
The problem is hoflation is real. A lot of the women are batshit crazy, excuse my language. They're actually insane. They will argue anything. You're right, but you're just looking in the wrong place.
So if anything in your favor, you should expect that the women you come across, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be the woman that you're looking for.
Right. And guarding your heart, being slightly offensive, these are things that are going to help filter out these women. Right? Because women are saying, oh, I want you to spill over into me. I want you to give me your all and let me just devour all your emotions. These are women you do not trust. They're stupid. They don't know what they're talking about. And even the ones that don't know what they're talking about, that doesn't mean they're wrong. You can also teach these type of women. That some women are teachable. There's many ways you can look about this as opposed to the abyssal way. So let's keep going.
Loyal and compassionate and say, look, bro, like you matter too, nigga. Like, why is it so hard for them to say, Zers, damn, you fucking matter. Like, I care about you, Like, I love you. It's interesting because I was talking to this one lady, and whatnot just recently. And, she's doing the whole thing. She's pulling away. She's finding a new nigga to be with. Same old, same old. I just fucking said from the fucking top. You know what I'm saying? And I'm arguing. I'm talking to her one. It's not even an argument. I'm just like, first of all, well, I want you to fucking tell me that I'm right because I told you she was gonna happen. You did the shit anyway, which is crazy to me. That I told her she's gonna find a different motherfucker. She found a different motherfucker, and then she started fucking talking to me. I mean, just from the straight up.
Sure. First off, nigga, why are you talking to these women who are no longer dealing with you anymore? Like,
because he feels like he can't get anything better than what he's already bumped up against.
Look, bro, there's nothing worse than being the nigga with a stereo out in the rain over a girl that's already in bed with somebody else, bro.
Brown trench coat.
Trust me, I've been there, bro. You don't that's not where you want to be. You don't want to be the stereo nigga, bro.
If anything, you should have the attitude if she doesn't care about me, then I have no reason to care for her.
Literally.
Bro,
Literally. And
I can't.
you think
I
that's
almost
cold. You think that's cold, but here's the thing, dude. You think that's cold, but honestly it's called maturing. Because the innocent way that you used to love, that's how you initially came into the game, and that's your perspective. I love this way. I love passionately, X and Y, but I'm not trying to be mean, but it comes from an immature place. Because in high school, that's how we all felt, right? We loved these girls, and it was innocent, and we wanted things to work out, and we just got fucking destroyed, right? Just got totally obliterated.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like she was that vindictive. She was just flipping, like, I'd just rather do it another nigga.
Bro.
So like, okay, well then that's the reality. You should, now that you've put your hand on the hot stove, you don't do that anymore. And is that being bitter? No. Is that being vengeful? No. It's being realistic, and it's saying, look, you must guard your heart because out of it flows the issues of life. You have to, because it's a commandment. It's literal. It's a literal principle to do. So you have to move forward with that, and you can't complain that women aren't going to be as receptive to your emotions. You have to now say, okay, I need to make sure that I trust somebody, not just because I laid down with them, but because I'm convinced that I should give this person my emotions, and you should have to have higher requirements of that.
Right.
For a whole week, I didn't text her. I was pretty fucking upset. Not at her, but just in life in general. Didn't fucking say shit to me, whole week. And I asked her what happened, and she said she was busy,
Nigga, we're skipping this, because now you talking to hoes.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Why you talking to hoes that already don't want to deal with you, bro?
No, we cheat. We're gonna listen to it, and we're gonna scold them.
Yeah, man. Let me.
I'm sitting here like, so that whole fucking week you were talking to him, but you didn't say anything to me. Yeah, well, okay, I find that very interesting. It would appear that just per definition, you picked this nigga over me. For some reason, she didn't want to validate that I was correct. I find that very annoying, that in real life you can do the shit, but you then can't say that you did the shit, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sitting here like, well, damn, nigga, like, damn, motherfucker, why don't I matter? Nigga, damn. You know what I'm saying? Why is it there's some fucking part of you that's like, damn, and talk to this nigga, bro, I gotta care about him. Let me say some shit to him.
Bro.
Why? I'm saying, the whole year and a half.
Bro,
I don't know,
James, bro.
That's what it says to me.
No.
Has very communicated very
Pause. This is your problem, man. You're not valuable because you believe that you're not valuable. You literally are chasing women who do not care about you. If a woman does not show that she cares about me, my interest is totally out the window. Because what I can only imagine, she's getting flip-flapped, bassed, and tasked somewhere in somebody's
Chick-fil-A
alley
sauce
with drenched in Chick-fil-A sauce, bro. Why do you want a woman like that, and why are you complaining about it, bro? When there's good women in the church, you can find good women like at a coffee shop,
on YouTube,
maybe at YouTube, or somewhere at a.
I mean in the comments. I don't mean like these e-girls. I mean like, but yeah, there's bro. Come on, bro. What else you got to say?
You're giving up because you literally
suck at picking
not
women.
Trying.
You suck at picking women. That's it.
Yeah, that's really what you've displayed, is that you're not picking good women.
And we're not saying
these women
this, we're not saying this from a position of like an ivory tower. We're saying this because it's a common human experience for men, especially Aaron and I. You think we're good at picking women?
I'm bad at it.
We still working on it. We still working on it.
The last girl that I was really into, and I'll just share this with you. The last girl I was really into, I really liked her. She was cool. I was telling James that I have a problem with women that don't look better than me, but I was cool with it. All right. Right? So we were having a communication issue. I've been calling her and I've been texting her, right? And I'm just like, okay, I can only go so far with this before I'm like, I've had it. She literally told me that I'm not trying enough. I'm not trying hard enough.
So wait a minute, Aaron. You mean to tell me you're staying on top of calling her, you're being reciprocative, and she still has the nerve to say that?
And told me that shit. and that's when I was like, this is where I need to opt out. Because, and I told her, I was like, you know what it is? You don't care about me enough. You're not showing that you care about me enough. And you obviously don't give a shit you obviously don't care how I feel and what the outcome is. So here's your walking papers. I literally told her that.
And
because
I guarantee you, Bass Fizz, if we went over your relationships in a microscope, we can find some things that you were doing wrong. Because I already picked them out right here. Aaron's picking them out right here.
Man,
so
you're putting up with some monkey shit, bro. Like, there's no way you should be even dealing with this and holding it in your hand, bro. You should toss that on the floor.
Yeah, you shouldn't even engage with a lot of these women who you're talking with, because these women who are picking you over, picking men over you and all that stuff, it seems kind of flippant. It seems a little bit like sociopathic, or like almost like they have like heartless. You're dealing with heartless
women. You're literally dealing
with heartless
women.
And that's kind of abnormal.
Proverbs.
Because here's the thing, Zers, like, a lot of women are going to be like that. But it just means that the women who are not like that are just more valuable. They're going to be a lot less easier to find. So let's keep going a little bit. Let me stop and read the comments. My bad, HR. Let me see what you've been yapping about. HR says, what does HR say? Americans put too much importance on being single. Like, what is wrong with being single? Eventually you will get one girl. I get so desperate about it. Probably because here's the thing, HR. Like, in America, the birth rate is starting to decline because people are having kids a lot older, and they're getting married a lot older because feminism has lied to women, telling them that they need to have careers and sacrifice their future children on the altar of, like, I don't know, a paycheck. So it's causing a lot of issues when it comes to marriage, because people are starting to feel like
marital discrepancies.
There's a lot of marital discrepancies. People are starting to feel like they're lacking that area because it's a natural instinct. You can play Smash Bros competitively or get a time-consuming hobby. While you're a single woman, consume a lot of time. I mean, you can. You just have to make a hobby that sets you up in a good spot. This dude up. I hope you guys hit this dude up after this podcast and have a live stream conversation. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to him. him. I mean, I tagged him, right, to see that, make sure he sees the video. So hopefully I can get in contact with him.
And just to reassure, like, we're not bashing him. This is all brotherly love.
Yeah,
we're giving him that tough love.
I would talk to Aaron how I'm talking to this dude right now.
Literally.
And Aaron would talk to me like how he's talking to this dude.
That I just don't have any fucking value. I'm not a low value man. I'm a no value man. That's what I've come to realize. Now I don't fucking mean shit. I don't mean dick at all to him, bro. And I'm just sitting here like, fucking why? Fucking why?
Well, here's the thing. It's true. And here's how it's true. The perspective of some people on the market, they're not going to want to purchase the price that you're selling for. But that's all right. Because there's other people on a different side of the market, maybe even in a different industry, who will buy that, who will purchase it, who will see it like, damn, like, this is actually a good deal. This is a steal. Like, I'm actually getting Zers for a bargain. There are women out there like that. So you're right. But the problem is you're in the wrong market.
Right.
Like, why do I have to fucking, like, it's not even a thing I can do. I can't actually do or be better. You know, like, even if I had money, even if I had cars, it still wouldn't matter, because it wouldn't even be me that you give a fuck about. And I'm like,
you're right. They wouldn't care about you, because those type of women, they don't have that. They don't love themselves. They don't have what it takes to care. Of course they're not. They're not. You guys are not compatible.
Why? Like, how are we supposed to live a life of like courtship and dating and relationships with women, and they can't even give a nigga the bare minimum and just say, hey, what's up? You hadn't talked to me in a minute. You doing all right, motherfucker? They could go their whole life. Like, if I don't talk, if I don't engage, that's the fucking end of the relationship. Fucking how?
That's okay.
Ways. You know what I'm saying? Send a nigga an email.
That's what you want.
Send a nigga a fucking Facebook Messenger. Send a nigga some shit on Instagram. You can call a nigga on Discord. I say, how does a relationship end? Because I stop engaging. You're fucking there too. Because I don't fucking message you. You're there too. How is it that you don't even think? You don't even think about me. It doesn't even move you. You don't even get fucking moved. And you know what's fucking crazy? You know what's crazy? Everyone's gonna be like, you're not him. That's what motherfuckers love to say. You're not him. You're not that guy. She's not attracted to you. She doesn't like you. Well, motherfucking damn, why she spend a year of my fucking life then? Well, whatever. It's not your turn, bro. Or she's not yours. It's just your turn. Suck my fucking dick. I'm a fucking human. I fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have this belief that I'm legitimately no value, but they do, and it's ridiculous. I was just talking to this lady the other day, and she's like, and I'm complaining because I'm fucking mad, and she's like, it kind of sounds like to me, that you don't love yourself or something. I say, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's how she feels. That's how she picked the other people over me. It ain't got nothing to do with how I feel. I'm just telling you what the fuck happened. I'm just telling you the shit. I'm just telling you the facts of what happened. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, it's like, people always want to find some fault in you. They always want to see, like, what's wrong with you? Nigga, what's wrong with me? I was black when I was a teenager. What's wrong with me? I was upfront and honest and fucking corny. I was fucking ugly. I was fucking skinny. I was fucking lanky. There's plenty of things that were wrong with me. But goddamn, motherfucker, why can't someone give a fuck about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, to care, to think, to be like, damn, nigga, you had a fucking enough. I'm thinking about this shit. Like, how come there's not a woman that's like, damn, nigga, you fucking had enough? Not one. You know what I'm saying? It's remarkable. It's fucking remarkable to me. I don't understand. I guess I do understand. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't understand the comfort of picking someone over and your spirit not even being challenged, because I couldn't do it. I'm built different. I can't operate like that. And they do this to me all the fucking time, bro. It's easy. It happens so much. I tell them it's gonna happen, and they can't stop it. they don't even stop it. They just thought that, all right, well,
All right. Well, here's some solutions that are coming out to me. Like I said before this rant started. Basically, you're in the wrong market, bro. These women who date multiple men, who like to have a lot of orbiters, who have male best friends, who like just constantly looking for male attention. These women are literally disposable.
Literally.
They're literally of no use to men like me and Aaron. They almost don't exist to us.
For sure.
Like, once I noticed that
I wouldn't,
if I was in the dating market and I noticed you had a lot of niggas that you're talking to.
It's like looking at a spoiled onion.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it becomes immediately grotesque. It's like disgusting. Like, you mean to tell me I'm gonna be spending my time and money and attention on women who have wandering eyes, who are constantly, once I figure out that I'm immediately not special, like, you're not special either. It's that simple.
It's literally that simple. Like, you should have that same energy as in, I can move on now.
Because you get your closure. You don't even need them to close anything up. Bro. You get closure right off the bat with a snap of a finger. Let's try and wrap this up. What else? If you want to say another thing.
No, I just think he's trying to look for a place to.
He's trying to find comfort in his own, like.
Yeah, in his own pain.
There's nothing wrong with venting. There's nothing wrong with venting, bro. But don't find comfort in this like dark cloud, bro, because it will overtake you, and you'll become that little kid, the little crash dummy.
Yeah. Little crash out.
Well, I guess it's just not working out. We're gonna find a new nigga, bro. It's crazy because to me, it's so crazy to me, man. All this fucking advice, all this fucking bullshit, man. All this dating talk, all this fucking crap. And I'm just like, damn, give a nigga a break, dude. Like, give me a fucking break. Why is it hard to care about me? To like, and you don't even have to sacrifice much, but just like to have that consideration. Like, some women, they don't even give a nigga the fucking, you know what I'm saying? The fucking courtesy of, well, I found someone else, so, I guess that's it. There's one lady, this some real nigga type shit, bro. For 5 months, she had a whole boyfriend. I knew her for a month prior too, so the fucking 6 months, I'm saying on the front end. No, I knew her longer than that. No, yeah. Nah, it was a month in when we fucking like engaged with each other in a sexual manner. And then after that, somewhere in between that, she found a different motherfucker to be with. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. This was crazy. And so finally she fucking cracks, because I'm frustrated, because I'm like, first of all, when we first met each other, we established we liked each other. We met each other, we established our sexual desires. We did the shit we did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so what the fuck happened? And then finally she cracks and says, well, I have a boyfriend. I say, nigga, what the fuck was that? Man, like, I'm laughing about it now, but I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Because like, I'm thinking about it, and it's like, she would cry. Like, she was in an abusive relationship before me, and she would fucking cry. She would cry to me. She called me fucking crying and shit. Sad. And I'm talking to her. I'm trying to help her through it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, where the fuck did you talk to him? You had a whole boyfriend the whole time. What? Why are you talking to me? What? I'm like, nigga. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Have you ever dealt with a woman who you later found out she was dealing with some other dude? Perhaps you'd never know.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think Yeah, no, I don't have one off. No.
I think we probably flesh this out, or what do you think? You think we should watch to the end?
Um, let's just give it like 2 more minutes, see what happens.
I'm like, you invested in me. I trusted you. I invested in me. There's something wrong with me. I'm the fucking problem. But I'm like, how do you do that? I don't know. Oh my gosh. And it bothers me so much, man. It's even a recent lady. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, man, why can't you just like, how are you okay with like not talking to me? And how are you okay with that, bro? And how are you fine with like never talking to me again? Am I really that bad? I guess I must be. I don't know, man. I must be that fucking awful or some shit, bro.
The problem is you're assuming they feel the same way about you that you do about them. It's an obvious assumption that you shouldn't have after all the experience that you have. It's an obvious assumption.
It almost makes me feel like, because he had mentioned that he didn't want to act like the F boy
Right.
because it's misleading. But it's if I'm interpreting this right, you are doing exactly that. Like, you're being the F boy, because how are you keep bumping into these women who don't care about you?
Well, how would you define F boy? You might
I
be
don't know.
defining it different than I am.
Ask
An F boy
ChatGPT,
is basically like a
I
dot.
would say
An F
like
boy is
a
like somebody who keeps you in a situationship. They don't want anything else
right.
from you. F boy is somebody who kind of like deals with a bunch of women who the women may or may not know.
Right. So I'm thinking
I don't
like
think he doesn't deal with multiple women like that. He deals with women one at a time. That doesn't make
dealing
him
with
F
one,
boy.
but he must like, is he telling them like what they want to hear or something?
I
Like,
already
'cause
know
how
what's
is he
going
not?
on. I already know what's
How is he
going on.
not seeing this? Like, I'm like, I would have
What's going on
saw this.
is Zers is being genuine with the women he deals with. He's being upfront, transparent, and honest with all the women he deals with, and he only deals with women one at a time.
But if he was doing that, wouldn't he be getting? Wouldn't he be? If he was being genuine and honest to even to himself, wouldn't he see the problems with the inside of the women? Like,
Well,
okay, like you're not good for me.
no, because by the time he's already slept with them, he's basically in a relationship. And that's basically how it ends up working with most men, is they have good intentions and they sleep with you, and then they're like, you know what, let's just like, now that we've slept with each other, let's basically take things more serious now.
Look, this happened to me when I was maybe about 20, maybe like 21. This happened to me, and the same thing happened to me. Like, I was with somebody, um, and it was just weird because like all of a sudden she stopped talking to me, and she was just kind of becoming more distant. Now it wasn't hard to tell. It's like, oh yeah, you got somebody else. Like, you got somebody else. But I think where I went wrong was that I felt like I was more emotionally invested in her than I was for myself. You know what I mean? And I think I don't want to say this if I don't want to assume, but I think she can almost sense that. Like, and I think it just gives off two different vibes. Like, okay, this guy's cool, yada 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 yada, but why do I feel this way? Because James, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not going to tell you personal business. I believe you kind of played this thing with the situation prior,
Well,
and
here's
you
what
were
I'll say
kind of like
about it.
the Mac. You know
Here's
what
what
I
I'll
mean?
say
Like
about it.
you're, uh huh.
We can only rationalize what happened after the fact, right? So we don't know. We can speculate on certain scenarios. So if I was to give
Yeah.
this scenario of like, I started to become more pushy, and she started pulling away, that may have helped if I was just like, you know what, I don't care about you. I'll just treat you like, be as flippant with you as you are with me. That may have
Right.
worked. But is that the type of relationship, if it does end up working out, that I would want anyways? Because if you don't
Right.
respect me enough to let me know what's going on, and I have to kind of like
Almost have to be mean to you or disrespectful
right,
to you in
in
order
order
for
for
me to
you to
like
like come
you.
around, like
Yeah.
you don't actually respect yourself then.
So this
Like,
is
why
what
would I
I'm
want to be with
saying.
somebody who doesn't respect themselves enough to know that I shouldn't have to play games with somebody to get in their better graces?
So what's crazy about me? I would say within a month, or let's just give him a month's time of him bumping into these women. Like, how do you not see these traits or these
Because he's probably
behaviors?
already laid down with them, and then the relationship has become full blown overnight.
Damn.
But that's
Well,
how
at
it
least
usually, that's how most relationships happen to me, in my opinion. Most relationships
you
happen is
just hit
like
it off.
we meet
Yeah.
each other, we like each other, becomes cool. There's enough sexual spark, which is really not that much for a man at all, right? You could have a sexual
Man,
spark with a woman off
it's so
rip.
crazy, bro.
So
It's, yeah.
once you
Go
meet a
ahead.
girl, you like her, there's a sexual spark that ignites the relationship, whether it be situational or not. It ignites the relationship. You as a man are trying to piece it together, not understanding that you're dealing with a woman who perceives and processes emotions entirely different than you. And you're
Even chemically
expecting,
too.
right, and you're expecting her to have these reciprocal emotions that are
I,
not even processed the same. So whatever
he
principles you have, whatever morals, you can't even negotiate that because it's too late. You've already slept
well
with her.
the first thing we figured out about you, Xerxes, is that you're you're in the wrong market. You're shopping in the wrong market. The second
Right.
thing that I'm speculating is that you must be acting or doing something a certain way before you get it. And then once you get it, you start to open up, you start to be more vulnerable. And she's like, what the hell? Like, this is a whole different person. That's just my assumption. I'm just gonna make this assumption. But it's just like it's almost like she just does a 180 switch on you. And you say this keeps happening to you. So I'm like, there's something that you're not doing right. You're not staying consistent somewhere in behavior. You must be one way when you don't get it, and when you do get it, you're another way.
That can be a way I can kind of agree with that speculation, but we can at least know one thing for sure. Two things. One is that you're in the wrong market, and two, these women are constantly picking over. They're
Yeah.
constantly picking other men over you.
Right.
And if you think you're not the factor in that, then you're no better than the racists. You're no better than the people who are always crying racism and the feminists who are always crying sexism. Because
Right.
if you don't think there's a self accountability component to it, then you're just going to constantly feel oppressed and downtrodden
Right.
and taken advantage of and angry and vengeful about it. But that's your work alarm.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanna bat out here, Aaron, I think I'm gonna try and finish the rest of the video.
Okay. Well, all right, you guys. I gotta head to work, but it was nice having this conversation, and you guys stay tuned. James gonna hold down the fort while I'm gone, and peace.
All right, I'll catch you later, bro.
All right, man, for sure.
Talk to me must be a fucking miserable experience, bro. My bad. Because I just don't understand. The worst part is I don't understand is that, like, I'm the nigga with all the different thoughts. I'm the nigga with all the different stories. I'm the nigga that thinks critically. I'm the nigga that fucking drives the car. I'm the nigga. I'm that guy. She is a sad, depressed, miserable fucking person. Honestly, interacting and dealing with her is quite the burden sometimes.
Wait, why are you dealing with women like this? You don't deal with women like this. You don't deal with women who make you sad, who burden you. That's not your job. Your job is not to nurture women, right? The woman is supposed to nurture you. The woman is supposed to be your helpmeet. You're not supposed to be the one who's dragging her or down a beaten path to nurture her to be a better person. That's not even your job, right?
Not always, but sometimes it is. I'm just not even gonna lie. And I'm like, somehow I maintain a love and care for you, but you can't give it back to a nigga? That's crazy work, man.
Right. So you can't even get a nurturous woman. You can't get nurturous women. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with your ability. You're not picking nurturous women.
Man, that's crazy work. How are you not bothered by the fact that you don't even care? How are you okay? I just don't understand how in your fucking spirit, because I'm not okay. I'm not okay with not talking to someone, you know what I'm saying? I'm not okay. I don't understand why I'm not valuable sometimes. Like, why am I not protected? Why am I not covered?
Because you're in the wrong market.
Why do no one fight for me? Why are you, like, if I say, all right, bro, that's it, you just are like, well, I guess that's it, bro, bye, see you later. Why am I a no value man? That's crazy. That's crazy work, and I just don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. It's just, to me, it seems like some mockery, some buffoonery, truly and genuinely, to fucking see any fucking clip of some woman on the fucking internet talking about how you matter, men matter. Man, shut the fuck up, man. How the fuck you say some shit like that, but the woman I actually know, nothing. I'm gonna pick a different man over you. I'm gonna talk.
Because you should acknowledge that they're just two different types of women. The woman online who's proselytizing, or basically on her soapbox saying, men, you guys matter, men, I'm the type of woman. Perhaps she is. But it's obvious that you're dealing with women who are the opposite. So you have to reconcile that. But you can't throw them all into the same bus, because you would be no better than the racists or the sexists. And when I say the racists, I mean the anti-racist, the BLM. And when I say sexist, I mean the feminists. You can't be like them.
Talk to this. I knew you for a longer time. You knew me longer. You cared about me. You helped me. You always fucking be there for me, nigga. I could just ghost you for a week, not even give a fuck, and talk to somebody else. Crazy work, man. Crazy fucking work.
Bro, you're right. Some women are like that. Some women are basically, they can shut out their emotions, or they can have split emotions, and they can deal with a certain man very quickly after you. So what? Pick different women. Pick different women. I've dealt with women like that. So what? That's fine. Just pick another one.
And it bothers me so much that, like, now I'm supposed to take in that I'm what's wrong. And motherfuckers tell me all the time. I remember growing up all the time, you just haven't found the right person yet. You gotta find the right one. I say, motherfucker, what do you mean the right one, fucking bitch? The right one woman that will say, I give a fuck. Why is it hard? Why do I have to go on a motherfucking journey to the fucking top of the goddamn fucking mountaintops? Fighting the motherfucking Sphinx. Fighting the motherfucking werewolf. Fighting the motherfucking vampire Dracula. Fighting the motherfucking dragon man. I'm supposed to do all this shit for the one fucking woman. The one. Billions of motherfuckers on planet Earth. And I gotta find the right one. Nigga, what? The right one? One is supposed to, like, it's not that we just care and we just give and we just embrace the humanity of other people in our society. It's one motherfucker we're supposed to find. It's one right nigga. It's one right woman that's supposed to care. Not because you're a human being made in God's image that has value unto yourself, but not because you make my fucking pussy wet. Now it's okay, nigga. Now I care about you. Get the fuck out of here. You gotta find the right one. It's not hard to care about other people, man. There's motherfuckers I love and care about. It's not hard. It's not.
Yeah, but I think there's two wrong things about this. You thinking that just because you care about somebody, that means you should be in bed with them, and you should get in full-blown relationships with women. That's two different things. And secondly, you should be happy that all you had to do is find one, because in the midst of billions of women, probably only millions of them are going to actually be good women. And then in the millions of them, probably only a couple 100,000 are going to be single and to your liking. And of those 100,000, probably about 50K or 60K or some as you distill down for what you want, it's going to get smaller and smaller. So you should be happy that you only need one, as opposed to being a polygamist. Your perspective on it is getting more pessimistic because of your experiences, I understand, but you just need some guidance in that way. So let's see. I think the emotions for these individuals is making the red flags. Also, he needs to vet these individuals before he gets emotionally invested. Yeah, it's a simple solution, and a month is probably not enough time, bro, because women are good at putting on appearances. Think about it. They wear makeup. They wear things that contort their body. They have a bunch of filters. They like to basically, they're politically correct. Whenever they're at work, you never actually get to see the best side, or you never actually get to see the real side of them. A lot of women are entirely fake. A lot of women, especially nowadays of our age, I can't speak for the older generation, but I can speak for the women of my generation. Fake. But they can only keep that up for so long. So you have to be there long enough so that you can trust that they're actually being real with you. So it's probably like 6 months, bro, if you're having that issue. But also, he needs to, okay, I think I read that. All right, let's keep going.
There's no challenge to say you matter too. But for some reason, women can't give a nigga some shit. They can't give a nigga you matter too. They can't give a nigga, damn, bro. I met this other guy. I met this nigga, but I said, nah, I can't even. Because Zeus is right there for me. When Zeus had the opportunity, that nigga said no. When I was crying to Zeus, the nigga said, you know, he was there. He listened to me. They don't have that, bro. They don't have the honor, that compassion. And it's just crazy to me that they don't have the shit, but there's something wrong with me. That's crazy work, man. To me, bro, I'm just saying, sometimes, man, people like, what is dating women? And listen, obviously it's not all women. And I obviously think that we need women. But motherfucker, man, damn. Give a nigga a break, bro. Give a nigga a break. How much more can I take, bro? Give a nigga a break. I'm not saying it's all women. It has to be me. And I accept that it's me. There's something wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. But there is something. Maybe it's the women I pick. Maybe it's just my spirit. Maybe they sense the cruelty and the evil in me, and they have to pick other cruel, evil niggas too. I don't know. Some of them don't pick cruel, evil niggas, to be fair. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's something wrong with me. And I accept that there's something wrong with me. But why the fuck can't there something wrong with her too? Why are they fine? Why are they okay? I just don't understand. So I just don't understand how they could be comfortable and okay with letting people go and cutting people off and not caring about the people they invested in and they're supposed to love and care about. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Motherfuckers always want to talk about female nature. Just fuck their fucking nature. Women just, it's not your turn. Fuck that shit, bro. Fuck it. You wanna know why I say fuck that shit, man? Because I'm a person too. This idea that I'm just supposed to accept being fucking cast over, picked over, not value, no value male, it's fucking trash, man. And the craziest thing in the world to me is there's so many people so fucking comfortable trying to always tell a nigga he gotta do this, he gotta do that, he gotta be this, he gotta be that. It's so fucking comfortable telling a nigga there's something wrong with you, but motherfucker, goddamn! How you not care about me as a human? Just a human. Like you. You care about how you feel? Motherfucker, why can't you care about how I feel? It ain't hard for me to care about how you feel, so why hard for you to care about me? To think about me, to want to protect me, to want to make sure that I don't have a fucking shitty day. Why is that fucking hard? Why is it fucking hard for you to say, God damn, that nigga goes through so much shit? Let me fucking be there for him. Why is that shit so fucking hard? God damn. I don't know. I guess there's something wrong with me. And I guess a confirmation there's something wrong with me is niggas spent 40 minutes yelling and shit, so I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm single. Maybe that's why these women pick other niggas over me. Yeah. Guess I answered my own question.
So there is something wrong with your ability to pick women in the sense that the market that you're going for is it's the path of least resistance. How does a man usually meet a woman? And you have to look at the filtered system. If the tunnel goes like this, right? You meet her online, on Instagram, at the coffee shop, at your job, and then you have conversations with them that lead to intercourse. Then you're in a relationship. That system is like, that filtration system is very crude, and you're basically, you have no like your immune system for this dating process is actually it's insufficient. It needs to be, you meet a girl, you watch the girl, you look at her from a distance, or if you just up and meet her and you guys are talking, you vet this girl, you make sure that things are good with this girl, you test this girl, and I'm not saying like you test her and like to try and trick her, but like you really sit and watch how she behaves, how she acts, how she treats other people, how she moves. You look at her history, you analyze a lot of the stuff about her. You look at her friends, you look at her family, whatever. Then maybe you want to get romantic with her, then you can do that. But what I see, like what you're doing, it seems like it's very like flippant. Like your initial steps on picking women are very flippant. So I wanted to give one last thing. Is this guy. This guy, I think his name is like Christ Developed or something. Christ Developed. Yep, there it is. Christ Developed, he's a dude. He's kind of on the same vein. I think this dude's a Catholic, you know what I'm saying? Protestant over here. Well, I'm not a Protestant in the sense of like, I'm not like a Baptist or anything like that, but I'm definitely not no damn Catholic. And I ain't no damn Orthodox. What I mean by that is that like, he's a Christian. He started off doing self-development. He went into Christianity. He started doing like all these street interviews that he's doing, to now he's in a full-blown marriage. And it took like 2 months. And basically the story is like she's with some girl now whose name is Mallory Hammond. They're in a relationship. They got married, and I'm sure he has what you are looking for, Zers. He has the relationship that you're looking for. The girl who's right on his level, right on his page. If she's a Christian, she's likely going to be supporting him, doing what she needs to do to be his helpmate. That's what you need. You don't need to be no helpmeet for no other woman, bro. You need a woman who's going to be trying to pull the shoe up, who's looking to support you, who's looking to do everything that she needs to do to make sure that you're supported, you're nourished. She's going to be nurturing your guys' relationship. That's the type of woman you need. But what I see is, once again, going backwards, you trying to nurture women, which leads to you being overpicked by women because you're picking the wrong women and you're laying down too quick. So if you can stop picking women who are easy to lay with, to get in bed with, stop picking women who are not nurturous, make sure that you're convinced that they're going to be submissive. Make sure that you're convinced that they know how to pick good men in the past and it just didn't work out for one way or another. Make sure that you get your damn ass in the damn gym and stop looking like a freaking scruff McGruff. Trim up, get your physique up. You do all these things, you're good, bro. But on top of that, what should help in the center of you doing all those things in the center, you should build more. You're going to build more sense of being. You're going to build more of an ontological fortitude. You're going to build more of a confidence and allow that to basically be a feedback loop for all the things that you're going to be looking for in the future. It's that simple, bro. So I'm going to try and reach out to you, see if we can do like a conversation, man. And, you know, it doesn't have to just be one-sided. We can talk about relationships or whatever. Or just politics. I'm pretty sure we agree on other stuff. I'm really interested to reach out to you, man. I'm trying to reach out to you. This is kind of a longer topic, but it was only 1 hour and 10 minutes. How long was I streaming for? Let me see. I've been streaming for, damn it, I don't know. Whatever though. I appreciate you guys popping in. Be sure to hit the like button on the way out. Let's see if I got any other questions. Yeah, German, thanks for popping up. HR, thanks for stopping by. Who else stopped by? Hard Works, thanks for stopping by. You guys have a good rest of your day. Peace, peace, peace. Oh, and I'm gonna be freaking I got a video coming out soon today, so check that out as well.